What's up, everybody? So for today, we're going to be talking about my favorite leg movement, and that is going to be the Zercher squat. And so, just to prove that I have a little bit of knowledge on this, I did do a 505 Zercher squat that I'll have right here. But the reason I was working on Zercher squats a lot last year and a little bit the year before that was just because I was struggling with back squats and getting to the right depth and developing my quads a lot. And so with Zercher squats being a front-loaded movement, it definitely targets the quads, but not only that, it also engages your core. It definitely works your upper back, and then it also just helps with just getting deeper. It felt for me to be in my squat position. And so usually how you want a Zercher squat is to be right around belly button for your setup, but I'd like to go just a little bit lower just so that I can feel the weight and right when I can stand up and not have to worry about hitting this at all. Alright, and so for most people, you want to just go in right the crooks of your elbows, and that just helps you with the setup, but I like to go right above the crook of your elbow, right in that meaty part of your forearm, right below your crook, just because it feels like I got the most surface area and it doesn't hurt as much for me. But it does take a little bit of an adjustment period, especially as you're getting stronger and adding more weight with a little bit of pain. But if you do feel uncomfortable with that, they do have a pad, a Zercher squat pad that you can use. I'm not the biggest fan of it just because I do like to feel like I have a little bit more control of the weight, and with that, it doesn't necessarily feel like I have the best control. But setting up, I like to go not too wide, not too narrow, just because if you go too wide, it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, and too narrow as you squat, you're going to get in the way of your legs. And so basically, right at the edge of the knurling is what I'm aiming for here. Alright, and so basically, you're going to set up for your squat. And so some people might think it's more comfortable to have your hands tied together, but I like to have my palms up, close my fist, lock in, take a step back, and then just make sure you're bracing your core throughout the movement. And you're just thinking about sitting back into a chair. Alright, and so with the Zercher squat, it might look a little intimidating or a little scary to some, but I would just say start off with the bar and slowly work your way up to a little bit more weight, and basically that's how I got used to it, and then I was able to work all the way up to 505. But just with an adjustment period, just give your arms an adjustment period with growing into the weight and just making sure you're getting used to the movement as much as possible. But hopefully you guys can give this a try, because this is my favorite leg exercise.